So we're gonna try our beer marinated pork. It's right here, just on a little hook under a bobber. So let's see if the bluegill want to bite it. Changing back, instead of using the rind, we're using the soft fleshy bait, part of the pig. But we changed the hook out to see if that's going to make a difference at all. He fell off, so it turned out to actually be the hook, not the bait. Looked like he got away. All right, so now that we know it's the hook, not the bait, we're gonna actually try to see if we can get a bite on camera this time. Finally got one. Actually legitimately got him. Look, hooked him right in the top of the mouth right there. Boom, look at him. Gotta pull it slowly again. Oh, one just hit it. When they do that first kind of intake of it, I just set the hook really hard, because or else I'm just not going to get him at all. So I got one circling it. Pull it away a little bit. Oh, one has it. Oh, and let go of it. Alright, I'll get back to you guys when they're a little bit more serious. That the shape of it is actually affecting my hookup rates. If I have it kind of flat and kind of square-like, they don't really like it, but if I have it long and stringy, they bite it a lot harder and I get better hookups. So I'm not going to keep this guy because we already have one small one, so I'm actually going to only keep the big ones from now on, now that we have one small one. Figured let these guys go back. Right now I just have a large piece of split shot so it can sink really fast. And then I have a very long tag end, about 2 feet. So I hook it near the meaty part and then I let this little tail kind of wiggle off of it, and that's what's been working. So here I'm going to make a cast on camera. Oh, ow, just had a bite. So I'm gonna get another piece on. So sometimes I've been missing them, but this is the only technique that's been working, so let's just continue on. Alright, try to hook it. So now you just saw I twitched it right past them. They didn't like it, so I'm gonna hook it up exactly how they wanted it, which was kind of more lengthwise, and see if I get a bite, just to see if that's actually what's causing them. So now I have it hooked up like a long skinny fashion. Got a similar cast going. Oh, already had a bite. So yep, it makes a difference. Alright, so we're finally getting into some of the slightly bigger, better fish right here. This one's about, say maybe 6 inches long, so this one's not too bad. And again, you know, just bouncing it off the bottom, so I don't give them enough time to just let them sit there and look at it. The great thing about when I switch to the weight is I bounce it, the bait comes up off the bottom for a second, and then once it hits the bottom, they can't eat it anymore because they don't pick stuff off the bottom. So it kind of gives them more of a sense of urgency right when it's about to hit the bottom, and then they see it come off the bottom, and then they know it only has a few seconds before it hits the bottom again and they can't grab it. So it creates a sense of urgency for them, and that's what's been working. Well, that's one way to throw them back. Here we go. Just got another little guy. A lot of these guys are actually about the same size. We're still catching the smaller ones, so still gonna try to catch those big ones. I'm actually gonna try to tie on an artificial lure now. Same hook, but just an artificial bait, to see if that doesn't change them up a little. What's going on right now? They're actually more interested in my weight at the moment than in my pink worm. I'm gonna try one more cast, and then I'm gonna switch over to white, because I wonder if they're just not seeing it very well because they like the shininess more. Oh, as soon as I say that, one actually attacked the worm for once. Yeah, I'm liking the pink worm because I don't have to feel as bad about setting the hook. Because if I set the hook with the other one, essentially I get one shot, and then if it's off, it's off. If it's on, it's on. So let's try the white color right after this. All right, so this is the first cast with the little white grub. Let's see if it makes a difference. Oh, just had one hit my weight again, so they seem to like the weight. Huh, this is odd. I'm getting more hits on my weight than my actual baits now, so they might be liking those the natural bait versus the artificial stuff. I'll give it a couple more casts, see what happens. Finally, after a long day of just watching a bunch of bluegill, we finally got one. I actually just watched a bass eat a bluegill, so I knew that they were biting, so I decided to get this guy on just a little fake worm. Let him go on the other side of the bank here. And I'll show you what I was using. Just using one of these little gray fish right here. It's awesome. This is just kind of a recap of what happened on the water today. So essentially what happened is we caught about 6 bluegill, and then what happened is one of the bass, while I was reeling in a bluegill, took it off my line. Essentially decided, hey, bass are biting, there's no excuse not to fish for them. So I went and casted a line on that wounded fish looking thing. I just hooked it wacky rigged and ended up catching a nice decent bass, and then I ended up catching a bass on top water as the evening went on. So I only caught 2 bass, so not too many, but hopefully I'm going to be going out next weekend and on my way down to Vegas, and I'll get a little bit of film and see if the fish are still biting. So I'm going to be uploading this, and then I'll kind of upload a second video on if I catch anything on my way down to Vegas. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any recommendations on any of the fishing or the camera handling techniques while I'm fishing, that'd be great. Thank you.